Coley, how's the week been?
Yeah, it's changed it up a little bit. We had the 23s had a game on Tuesday against Blackburn, so that was good. And we did a few different things with the lads, and we'll do a few different things today. And just try and get us in the right shape for Saturday.
Where are you at with the training at this stage? Because you've kind of had the hard work of pre-season and the getting the fitness into them. Is it now into the kind of stuff you'll be doing in, say, January, or is it a bit in between?
Yeah, you're not quite that. Yeah, you haven't quite toned down to that. You're still working on your fitness, and I think that's important that we do continue to do that over the coming months. And then as the games come thick and fast, that's when you'll have to taper it, because the players simply can't cope with the load. But it's getting the balance right, and we've been doing it long enough. Every time I think about saying things like that, I always come back to you. It's not our first rodeo. I don't know why I just keep popping into me. But no, I've been doing it long enough to know that what we need to do and what we don't, and to be able to be flexible and use your eyes and see how the players are coping.
Has it been strange to have the first week of the season without a midweek game?
Yeah, very. I'm not too sure I like it, to be honest, because you're normally used to them coming thick and fast, and I suppose in some ways it's good, but you only ever look back and think it's good if you win at the end of the week, don't you? So, but I think we've got quite a few after this, so it's just take them as they come.
Has it been a week of trying to work on the recruitment and trying to bring some in and maybe have a bit more numbers wise for the period that's coming up of Saturday, Tuesday?
We're still working on the recruitment. I've said all along, though, we're not just going to take people for the sake of it, and we have got quite a big squad at the moment, so we're mindful of the fact we don't want to overburden ourselves. I'd envisage some of the younger lads going out on loan in the next couple of weeks to develop them as well. But I'm pleased with the way the squad's building together, the togetherness with the squad as well.
Is it a tricky one, given that you've got numbers, but you've got a few that are injured at the moment and might be a few weeks? Is there a temptation to bring someone in but then end up with too many?
Well, we're possibly a little bit imbalanced with the squad. Probably too many midfielders and not enough defenders. We'll address that.
As far as preparing for a game is concerned, it's your first away game. The way last season went away from home, what did you learn from that? And have you changed anything with regards to the approach and the arrangements and the way you go about away games?
You can get heads up in that and think, oh, well, we did this, we'd have done that, it might have been different. You've got to believe in what you do is right, and then, don't fit results or performances around what's happened in the past or nuances, really. And you just got to prepare right for every game, whether you're home or away, and try and get yourself in tip-top condition. And we've got to work on our defensive duties, and we've got to work on our organisation. There was little things that we noticed, particularly when we watched it back. I watched the game back on Sunday and Monday, so I watched it twice. Just areas that we need to improve on, and we'll work on that with the players. And some of them have come into the side, and we haven't probably done enough on the defensive organisation from set plays, and that's something that we'll get better at.
Just on the face of it, the opening game, 2-2, 2 goals in stoppage time. Perhaps somebody from the outside looking in would go, Accrington are at it again. Does that tell the whole story, or does the actual way that game panned out tell you something different, having watched it back a couple of times?
Watched it back again, and we were far better than what I thought we were in the first half. Competed really well. Just guilty of giving the ball away, and that's something that we're mindful of. We're mindful of that every day in training, to be honest. But we'll improve on that, I'm sure we will. Pleasing thing was the fact that out of the 24 teams in our league, on Saturday we had the most shots. And everyone's asking questions about us attacking wise with Colby Bishop and Matt Butchie going. And Ross always chipped in with goals as well on attempts. So if we can keep that up, creating chances, that'll bode well for the future. I think there was only Carlisle out of the old 72 teams in the EFL who had more shots than us. And then we've just got to now improve on that by getting more on target. If you keep creating chances, you're always in a game. And we believe we'll always be in games.
Just on the away thing, I know last season, understandably, you were fed up of talking about it because it just kept going on and on and on and on. Psychologically, is it important that that doesn't become a thing again this year?
It will become a thing if, you're blowing it up already. So if we all get too over-focused on it, it will become a thing. And I'm just treating it as another game. Doesn't matter where we play. We've got an absolute carpet of a pitch there. That'll be great for teams to come to play. That'll be great for us to play on every other week. But it's still a pitch, 4 corner flags, an halfway line and 2 goals. Where we play is not going to make a difference to the way we approach the game.
But there was such a difference between home and away last season. How do you change the players' psychology? You're approaching it, it's just the same. How do you get them to do that?
Sometimes it can be coincidental. Might be the fact that teams are wary coming here. But we're not going to change the way we play home or away. We're going to try and win every game we play. And that's starting on Saturday.
Shrewsbury 0-0 draw on the opening weekend at Morecambe. Steve Cottrell, obviously a vastly experienced manager. When you come into a game like this, where the two managers have got a lot of league games under their belts, are there any surprises? Is he going to know what to expect from you? Are you going to know what to expect from him?
I'm fed up of... Well, not fed up, but I scratch my head like I'm just doing now. Everyone says, you know what you get from Accrington. And the new players, well. So yeah, I think we mix it up quite well. I think we can be physical, we can pass the ball, we can go long, we can go short. And sometimes perceptions of clubs become a myth. And I certainly think it's a myth, the perception of Accrington at the moment. That we're a big, strong, bruising side, and we're not. So let people think what they think. We know what we think about ourselves.
Could their expectation be, though, that you do mix it up and you can play more than one way? If that's coming from the evidence of the scouting and the work that they've done on you.
To be honest, I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered what people think about us. I know what we do, and I know what we do well. I know there's areas to improve, and we're always looking to improve. And we've been like that. I think probably next week. I think next Saturday against Burton, I'll be managing my 1,000th game. We've always tried to improve. And when we stop trying to improve, I don't think we'll be here.
What is Shrewsbury good at?
Well, as you say, they've got an experienced manager, and they've organised themselves well. They've made some good signings in the summer. And they'll be disappointed that they didn't beat Morecambe on Saturday. I've seen parts of the game. Morecambe's a tough place to go, by the way, so you know that. That was no given from the off, but I think they had possibly the best of chances. Although Morecambe had some chances themselves. And I think they're getting players back from injury as well. So we've got to be wary of them, and we've got to try and make them wary of us.
On your own injuries, what's the situation? Anything new to report? Any good news?
Joe Pritchard was on some niggles and he's had a scan, he's fine. Matt Lowe's just got a swollen nose. He looks a little bit like a cartoon character at the moment. And the lads are slowly getting finding their feet. Notts is a couple of weeks away. Morgs is maybe a bit longer. Ryan Ashley played 45 minutes for the 23s on Tuesday and came through unscathed, so that's good news. Yeah, and obviously we've got Roz and Toby back from suspension.